Welcome to this week's Q&A, and it's the beginning of 2024, and all of the usual raft of experts from both Australia and around the world have been coming out with their predictions for what 2024 is going to hold for us in terms of investment outcomes over the course of the year. So it's always interesting because I look back a year, I suppose, and look at what everyone was saying this time last year. And in this instance, if we look at what happened during 2023, I guess what we could say is that just about everyone got most of their predictions pretty much totally wrong. So look, it's important to recognise, I think, that this year could potentially be a tale of two things, as it were, a tale of two cities. And it's important, therefore, I believe, to have some sort of diversification, but also look at which asset classes may perform better, given the backdrop that we're seeing at the moment, where we have central banks now looking to potentially cut their official cash rates. This may lead to what's known as a soft landing, especially important obviously from what's going to happen in the US and what the Fed's going to do there, because that has a pretty important impact on the global economy. So from an Australian viewpoint, lots of different things out there. People saying that the RBA is going to raise rates again in February, other people looking at when the RBA will cut rates, what's happening with inflation. I mean, we'll look at obviously the quarterly numbers at the end of December when they come out, but it looks to me as though inflation is coming down, and at some point in time, and I still think it's going to be from mid-year onwards, we're going to see the RBA start cutting the official cash rate, and it'll probably be lagging behind some of the other central banks, I think. So there are important plays here that we need to consider in relation to currency, what's going to happen to the Aussie dollar in relation to, say, the US dollar and the other basket of currencies, depending on where you are in the world, where you're working and where you're earning your incomes. But really important, I think, to look at, what returns you're looking for, your risk profile, and I suppose a risk-adjusted return is really important for people, because it's easy to look back at numbers and say, oh, look, that's what I would have done. But when things go awry, people tend to make decisions fairly rashly, and so they don't always end up with those numbers. I think it's really important that people start recognising that they need to really think about, their level of risk tolerance and their ability to bear risk and volatility in their investments. So I think that's of utmost importance, and I don't think that 2024 is going to be plain sailing. I think it's going to be quite volatile, but overall I think from what we're seeing at the moment, it does look like we could see potentially some type of soft landing or shallow recession taking place, as opposed to the severe recessions that have been forecast over the last 12 months. Anyway, time will tell. But look, if you find this of interest, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like. And if you have any questions in relation to your own particular set of circumstances, then please don't hesitate to reach out, email us or call us, and we'll have somebody contact you and see if we can't assist you with your own personal set of circumstances. I'm Andrew Unterweger. I wish you a very happy year of investing in 2024, and I'll see you at next week's Q&A.